Hello, my name is Riley Shields, and today I will be talking more in depth on the poem The Soldier. And what I want to talk about mainly is how The Soldier is an excellent demonstration of all the emotions that people go through during wartime. To start, we'll start off by doing a little bit more about the poem. It was written by Rupert Brooke in 1915. Please remember this date. It'll be important later at the end of this video. The poem is about a British soldier, most likely serving during World War One. The speaker of the poem is that soldier, and he's writing this as similar to a last will and testament of why he's fighting, why he's willing to die for what he believes in. About the poem out of the way, we can now move on to the emotions that are portrayed throughout the poem. The first is courage. In fact, the very first couple of lines are mainly about courage, as it goes, "If I should die, think only this of me, that there is some corner of a foreign land that is forever England." This shows that not only is he willing to die for his country, but he almost has a desire to, the soldier does, so that he may move on to the next emotion, show his passion for his country. He has a desire to repay this debt that he has whether it be made up in his head or otherwise. He believes he owes a debt to his country of England, and we have another term, or there's another term for this that I will be using later. So more on that later. The most important emotion that is portrayed is the emotion that should be portrayed in all poems, plays, movies, anything referencing war and suffering. It is the term hope, or it's the emotion hope. Hope is the secret emotion behind all wars, because if you don't have hope that you will survive, that you will win, there's no point in fighting the war. With that, we'll move on to patriotism. The poem The Soldier is all about patriotism. It shows it from the beginning to the end. The soldier within it, the speaker, in fact, is willing to die for his country, as he makes numerous claims on. One of such is, "In that rich earth a richer dust concealed, a dust whom England bore, shaped, made aware." Uh, Throughout the poem, the soldier goes to great lengths to explain that he believes that the most important parts of himself are the parts that came from England. He makes many notices saying, without England, basically saying, without England, I am nothing. And that is the true definition of patriot. If you remember at the beginning of this video, I mentioned that the date May 1915 was going to be important. This is why what was going on in the world at this time was the beginning of World War One, which is the main reason why Brooks most likely wrote this poem about war. Yeah, he most likely expressed the feelings that most soldiers had during this time, as it was early into the war, and that is the very reason it's so uplifting, not dark, like other poems we've read. For instance, John McCrae's In Flanders Field was written December 8th, 1915, and that poem is the speaker of that poem is the dead, as multiple dead soldiers who want you to keep fighting. And it's darker, but it still has an uplifting because it's still early on in the war. Unlike Wilfred Owen's Dulce et Decorum Est, which was written right after World War One, after the world had seen tragedies upon tragedies and poisonous gas and a lot of horrific things, which explains why that poem is so much darker than The Soldier. This is where I got most of my information. It's mainly from the book we've all been reading on. These are the 3 poems I've referenced. And for the photos, that'll be on the next slide. If anyone was wondering where I found the photos, these are the 3 websites I found them on, my favorite being the postcard that expressed patriotism during World War I. With this video ends, so I wanted to take this time to thank you for watching this. I hoped it was helpful and educational to the emotions that have been displayed within Rupert Brooke's The Soldier, as well as other wartime poems.